Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute. Today I'm gonna give you a story, a gist of how my experience was with the police. And the thing is, I was not arrested. I found myself there. You wanna know how? Stay tuned. Oh, sorry. Now, I'm gonna give this story as I do my makeup. I do not know how this is gonna work because it's really hard to do your makeup and talk at the same time. But I hope it works for us because I do not have time to do my makeup after the story. So I'm just gonna do them hand in hand as we listen to the gist. So back in 2019, I'd say I had a situationship. I didn't think it was, but later realized it was. So I remember I had been invited by a friend of mine to go for some launching, and when I went there, I met another old friend of mine, a friend that not necessarily a friend, but someone I knew from school. So I met this guy, and like, I couldn't even remember him, to be honest. But then he reminded me, he made sure he reminded me. So I was just like, okay, that's cool. You see, now we know each other and whatnot. So I'm even safer because at the moment I didn't know I knew anyone. The only person I knew was my friend who didn't even show up, funny enough. So I felt like I knew someone, and that was good enough. So as we were just talking, we came to realize that we were actually, like, we used to hang out around the same places. Yeah. So more than often after that, I would meet him a lot in our joints. I'm and Kinda Mahali. It became like a practice. So most of the time, sasa nikienda, I knew he'd come. Ama yeah, akienda, he knew I would come, and we'd just hang out. You can imagine. So that was like a plus, and we ended up becoming really close. But that was just it. So that was like in either September or October. So get to November, I could not meet him because I remember I had my exams during that time. So I wouldn't say excuses. I would give him excuses. I wouldn't say they were excuses because I actually really did have my exams. So I wanted to study for my exams. So every time he would call, I would be like, no, I'm studying for my exams, and I need to do this because I need to pass my exams, and it will take me like just either 2 to 3 weeks to study and finish my exams, which was good enough for me because that wasn't long enough. That was enough for me to get done with my exams. So I was like, you know what, just let me do my exams, then afterwards we can hang out. But it had gotten to a point where even Mimi, I didn't want to hang out anymore because it was exhausting. You can imagine every day after work, you have to go hang out somewhere. You get home late, you sleep late, you have to wake up in the morning. So it was a bit exhausting at the point. And I was like, you know what, I'm not answerable to this dude because he's not my boyfriend. So I'll do what I want to do. So what happened is I finally got to do my exams. I did my exams, and oh god, I'm getting distracted. Okay, I did my exams, but I didn't tell him that I was done with my exam. At the time, me and my friends were planning to go on a vacation, and we chose Tanzania as a destination. You know what? These other people were also planning their vacation. Okay, after all the meetings, of course, I would meet his friends and whatnot. And they're like, you know what, we could just do a vacation. I wasn't comfortable with that because I didn't know what really these people really, not these people, but the guy wanted for me. So I wasn't sure, and he hadn't mentioned anything. So I was just there like, you know what, Mimi, I'm not gonna do these vacations with you. I have my friends and we had plans. So I have my mirror here, so I'm just going to be referring because the camera is not very clear. So it's just like, you know what, I have my friends and we already had our plans. I didn't tell them that. So on the day, that same week that we were supposed to go to Tanzania with my friends, So me and my friends, oh sorry, I didn't even tell you, me and my friends planned to go to Tanzania. So I lied to him, nikamwambia, I really miss my mom and I just want to go see her because it's been a while. So he knew that I was going to see my mom, and even told me to say hi to my mom. I was like, I'm cool, I'm gonna tell her that. I don't think my mom would have minded, to be honest, but it was a lie. I wasn't going to see my mom. I had planned a whole vacation with my friends. So what I remember is on our way to Tanzania, at some point we really got late. We got late and I didn't have my phone anymore. I gave my phone to one of my friends. I told him that, you know what, just hold this for me. Because I know myself when I'm late. The things I see on phone are not pleasant. And I didn't want to go that road at a time. So I gave my phone to a friend of mine. So sikuchukua tena. We cleared everything, got it in TZ. So at the time that we were unpacking and settling, after getting to TZ, that's when I took my phone and noticed I had gotten so many missed calls and I had so many messages. So I decided to go through the messages. Oh my God, the things I saw. The same guy texted me telling me, you know what, you lied that you're going to see your mom, and I can tell that you're not even in the country, you're in TZ. I know you're there with your boyfriend. You lied to me. I know you're there. And I'm just like, wow, this is crazy. First off, I am not here with my boyfriend. Second, how did you know I'm not in the country, you know? So, this is how I knew this thing was serious, because this guy told me alikuwa anajua niko Tanzania. But how did he know, you know? I mean, for someone to even take that chance to just follow up on where someone who's not your girlfriend, and things are serious, you know? So it got me really scared. In fact, my night was ruined. I was just like, oh God, how am I even going to enjoy this moment when it's already ruined? What does this guy want, you know? He's never really told me that he liked me, to be honest. I didn't think it would be a big deal. I just didn't want to tell him that I was going out with my friends because they had also planned their vacation. I told them I couldn't because I wanted to see my mom. The thing is, we had planned our vacation with my friends and I couldn't let them down because ours started very early, so that was just it. So he tried calling me several times. Of course, I didn't pick because I didn't have my phone. So I go through the texts and I'm just like, I know you're there with a man, and you know what? I will know when you come back and I'm gonna shoot the both of you. And I'm just, oh, I'm gonna die when I get back to Kenya. That didn't hit me right. Okay, I took it seriously in as much as sometimes they're never that serious. So I tried to ignore. Okay, the first time I read them, I was just like, probably he's just drunk, so he's just overreacting. But trust me, the following day I woke up to the same kind of messages. And even after that, I woke up again to the same kind of message. I was just like, no, this one is not drunk. This guy must be very serious. Because even if he was drunk, he would wake up and tell me, like, you know what, I just misbehaved yesterday because I felt betrayed or something or anything. But this guy now, hey, I was getting this thing serious. I got so scared, by the way. So what happened? I didn't even tell the people we were with. I think I told just 2 ladies who I thought would understand. Wakaniambia, wait, don't even bother to worry about what this guy is saying, because who is he to you? I'm just like, no, he was just an old friend. I met him recently and we've been hanging out, and that's just it. There's nothing to think about. So they told me not to worry about anything. I was so scared, to be honest. So we did our stay. Now, on the day that we were coming back, do you know, at some point the network changes, I think. So we just got into Kenya, and then I got a text from this guy that I can see now you're in the country. So my plan has to be executed. I was so scared. And for a moment I felt like, you know what, this guy is tracking me down, so let me just switch off my phone. I don't even know why I'm telling you this whole story, because the reason I was giving this story was to give you my experience with the police. But now I needed you to understand why I got myself at the police station anyways. So I get back to Kenya. This guy texts me that I can see you're back in the country, so I might visit anytime. I know where you work, I know where you live, so expect me anytime. That's what he said. And I couldn't even reply. At the point, I stopped replying to any messages. In fact, I didn't reply since I got to Tanzania. I never replied to any text because I didn't know what to tell them. And I didn't also want to sound rude, because if I ever did, I would be like, why are you following me and you're not even my... Why do you feel like I'm answerable to you? Because if I was, I wouldn't even hide it. So what happened is I came back to Kenya. But know what happened? Before I got back to my house, I called a friend of mine whom I thought would be of help if anything bad happened. So I told my cousin and another friend of mine. These are people I trusted that would really help me if anything bad happened. So I got back to the house, packed my stuff. So my friend told me, if you feel unsafe in your house, just call me or let me know so I can come for you. Hey, but there was no time to tell that, because I know his place. Mimi nilifika kwa nyumba hivi, I packed my things and left. So while at 8, so I was trying to take screenshots of the messages this guy had sent me, just in case anything happened and they needed to use it. So I was taking screenshots and sending them to my cousin. Sadly, I sent them to my job group. I sent them to our work group mistakenly, and I didn't know. So my friend from work, my colleague from work, is trying to call me to tell me that if you've messed up, you've sent something you're supposed to send. You know me, I sent the screenshots and then went to my bedroom. So by the time I was coming back to check the phone, because I didn't want the trauma, so I just left the phone on the table. So by the time I was coming to check up, my friend had called me several times and I didn't pick. So I'm asking her, like, why are you calling? Why are you blowing my phone? And she's like, can you check what you've sent to the work group? I had exposed myself, so it was bad at that night. But when I went to work in the morning, I feel like it was the best thing that ever happened, because now people understood why I would behave in a certain way if ever anything happened. And funny enough, this guy actually came to work. So he came to work, akakaa hapo reception. Of course, you can't get in. So he's at the reception. Then he calls. Luckily, we share names in my department. We used to share names in my department. I no longer work there. So we share names in my department. And so this guy calls. And the moment he does, no, not him, but the receptionist calls, like, there's this person here who wants to see you. And then I say, okay, give me a minute. So I tell my colleague, you go, because your name is also Eve. You just go and see. You're the Eve that is in the office. The other Eve left for lunch with the bosses. So that's exactly what she did. So we stayed there for long. And so this girl was like, okay, for how long will Eve take before she comes back to the office? And they're like, we really don't know. Maybe you ask her. But at that time I was not replying to his texts. I wasn't picking his calls. So what happened is, they saved me at that time. So he stayed there for some time. I actually thought I would use the back door, but then I think he gave up and said, you know what, I'll be back. So he sent me a text that, you know what, I have found out that you're not around, but I'll be back. So I said, no, this is getting out of hand. But because I had sent it to the group, almost everyone knew. And on that same day, we had a meeting and people made fun of me because, I was this talkative and whatnot. So at the time I was going to work, even in the morning, it didn't seem like I was bothered by whatever I'd done. But that was just the best thing I ever did, because if I was bothered, everyone would be worried. Maybe not, but they would be laughing. I don't know. Maybe some would be worried, some would be laughing. So what I did was to manage. Oh my lights just went off. So what I did was to manage the situation. So at that point I decided, you know what, this is getting out of hand. So I talked to a few of my colleagues. I was seeking advice. Of course, the male ones were ready to help me at any point. They're just like, if you ever need any help, we are here to help you. But I didn't want to turn it to something violent. So I decided to just keep it. But in Kawambia, you know what? If anything happens, I'm gonna let you guys know. Why am I doing this? If anything happens, I'm gonna let you know. So Kabaki, day 2, still threats. Day 3. So day 3, I went to my HR, who is still a very good friend of mine, and told him, you know what, this is getting out of hand, and the way this guy is threatening me, I am so scared. Can you just go to the police? So he said, okay, look for me at lunchtime. I'm gonna go to the police. So on that day, we actually went to the police. I wrote a statement. Now the experience starts here. I guess I'm gonna do this in part 2 because this video is so long. It's already like 15 minutes and sijafika hata kwako. So stay tuned for part 2. It's coming. Bye for now. Hey, welcome back. So I had gotten to a point where me and my HR left for the police station. And why is he taking me? Because he's a man, I'm a woman, I'm scared. So I told him everything. I told him I'm really scared and I need a man figure to take me to the police station. So we go there, and he pretends not to be with me at first because he just wanted to see how best he would be served. So I go in, I get these 2 men, and they're ready to help me. 2 policemen. So I go there and nikamwambia story yangu. But there was some sort of delays because there was also another bunch of people who were there reporting. So at some point they ignored me. So I went back and called my HR and nikamwambia, you know what? These people are ignoring me. I've never been here and I do not know about the procedure. So kindly, if you don't mind, just come back so we get this done. So, shit. I can't get my concealer sponge. I'm gonna use this. So we get back there with my HR, and we present our case again. So when they see that I'm with my HR, they start behaving like they really didn't want to help me. So I'm just like, why is the change? Why is the change? So they assigned me to a female police, which I thought would be the best thing that would ever happen to me because she will understand. So the first time I tell her about my story, she's like, wewe, ulikula fair? And I'm like, what? Why would you even think so, man? Does it have to be something to do with fair? Does it? So she actually insisted on it. And she was like, you just stay there and wait for us to decide on what to do. So many kinds of things. I think they saw that I was very insistent and I even wanted to go to the OCS. I was just like, you know what, you have to help me do this because I am tired of this guy threatening my life. I have a whole family to care for and they love me. They would be so sad if they heard that I'm dead because of things I would avoid, So they told me to just wait a bit. So they wrote a statement, everything that I would want to write, what's his name, the number, the texts, and I even forwarded the texts to them. So I was given an OB. But the thing is, my experience with the police at that point wasn't really good because it got to a point where now they were actually accusing me of being, they were like, I don't know. Okay, they were speaking in Swahili, but I'm going to translate. They were like, these are those ladies who take advantage of men, and then when they asked for something, they don't want to give in. I'm just like, I don't think I've taken advantage of anyone, to be honest. And if this guy is reacting like this, he never told me anything like he liked me or anything, to be honest. And the reason I started avoiding him is because I felt like our relationship was becoming something different that I didn't expect. And that's why I started avoiding him. Especially during those times that that would tell him that I had exams. There are times I didn't even have exams. I was just telling him that, you know what, today we have a cut. But these people didn't understand. So for some reasons we stayed there for so long. But I thank my child for being very accommodative, because I don't think anyone would do that, to be honest. I really appreciated it. So after I left, I think this people, because this woman assured me that she would call this guy and tell him that he's under watch, so whatever I was planning to do wouldn't materialize, and I believed her. So this guy didn't call me for some time, and I believed that these people had called him. Probably it was just his friends, because again, during that same week that I was reporting this guy, one of his friends sent me a text and told me that, you know what, we can see what is happening between you guys, and I don't think it's something that should happen. You guys have been friends for long, and you've been a nice person to us. We don't think this should happen. And I was like, okay, then talk to your friend, because I do not have any problems with him. He seems like he does have problems with me. And funny thing, our friend is a lawyer, so that means our friend is a lawyer, and that guy kept telling me that, you know what, I am so connected. If I ever did anything to you, you'd never take me anywhere, because you know my friend is a lawyer. And I'm just like, this same friend who is a lawyer is equally my friend. So who is he going to choose to defend? So at some point I actually asked him, because I was really getting worried. I knew he would never let me down. That for sure. That I was sure about. But if there's something I learned again, is that with men you can never tell. Their friendships are way deeper than ours ladies are. So that was just it. So this guy just told me, you know what, you just don't have to worry about anything. Talking to this guy, and nothing's gonna happen to you. So I said, okay, let me just get my OB and whatnot, and then just leave it to you guys. If you ever decide to take me to the police, I don't know why you're gonna take me there. I do not know why, because again, nothing was ever declared. You guys never told me that this is what your plan was. So that was just it. So my experience wasn't good, because this lady kept telling me, nimekula fare, I need to be charged, and I didn't understand why. Nilikula fare again. I didn't eat any fare. If anything, if this guy ever did anything, he paid bills when we were hanging out. And it's because most of the times when I wanted to pay bills, they would be like, no, you don't need to pay any bills. And I was just like, hey, wow, okay, I don't need to pay any bills. Any lady would be happy to know that they're not paying any bills. So when this happened, I was just like, hey, things get really abnormal when you don't give in to some things. But the thing is, I was very scared. I would never want to be in any situationship with the police, honestly. It wasn't a good experience. And even after that, I continued to get like threats. I actually wanted to leave my house. I actually wanted to leave. But I think after talking to his friend, they're like, I don't know, you know how men do it. You know how men will do it. So that was just it. I have to finish my makeup regardless, because normally it's a story, but my makeup has to go on. So what happened is that I was never arrested. Thank God. Because I actually thought I was gonna get arrested. That would be like the first time I was going to get arrested. And then I'd watched so many prison documentaries and I see how people get jailed for doing nothing, and I'm like, these people really want to get me to jail for doing nothing, wrong. If you feel like I actually did something wrong, comment down below, because I really need to know, because I didn't think I did. I honestly didn't think I did. People would say that I led them on, but no. All the times I kept asking, like, why are you doing this to me? Like, if you ever bought any drink for me, I would be like, why are you buying me a drink? If you ever bought food for me, I would be like, why are you buying me food? And they'd be like, I'm just doing this as a friend. So I was like, okay, as a friend is good. I didn't mind, but things turned out not like I expected. So when things did, I knew this was serious, and I've been worried since then till today. I wouldn't let anyone just do me something for free unless we have, you understand? It's hard. My friends took my brush, so I'm gonna do my powder like this. Wow. I don't look. No, just story Misha, but I have to finish up my makeup. Shoot, I just did my nails. I dipped my nails in there. Funny enough. So my experience with the police wasn't good the first time I went there, in as much as they didn't have. So I got my OB number. I did everything. This was supposed to be for the golden nose. It's supposed to be for the golden nose. So I've had people asking me why things happened the way they did at the time. I couldn't even tell them, but it's been like more than a year. So it's been more than a year. I can't even believe it. I honestly can't even believe it. Let me just release my hair so you see. It's getting late and I need to get to where I need to get to. Wow. What am I behaving? So I didn't lay my edges today because I didn't have time. But I guess I'm just tanned. So it's okay. I'm not doing any lipsticks, but I'm doing my earrings. I'm just finish the video by doing my earrings. Yeah. It's good. Yeah. I can only see one. Here? I can never leave my watch. Oh, I can never leave my watch. Yay! And then we have this earring. Hey. Oh, no mistake. Got my other earring. So today, guys, I'm gonna just do a gloss. I'm not gonna do my lipstick because I'll be home sooner than you think. Just going for a short while. I hope I look good. My hair needs to go. I know that. I still look good in it, so it doesn't matter. And I'm not doing my lipstick today, so. But I hope you loved the story time. Sijaweka mascara. Lazima nimalize kila kitu because I told you guys we're gonna do a story time as we do our makeup, so everything has to go the way I had planned. Okay. We're gonna do mascara. Okay. I usually have really long lashes, so I never do artificial lashes. But if I ever do, You'll be the first people to know. Honestly. Nimeka black hapa. Wow. What is it? Okay, guys, thank you so much for staying till now. I have to leave now because I'm leaving for just a few minutes, then I'll be back home. Bye for now. I hope you enjoyed the story. You already know that the Kenyan police are not that friendly because this lady was trying to blame me for eating fair. If it's fair that I didn't ask for, if I ate it, what's the problem? But the thing is, I didn't eat any fair, so she just insinuated that I had eaten fair. That's why I was being treated the way I was being treated. I had not eaten any fair. I had been using my money the whole time. But anyway, bye guys. I hope you enjoyed. Let's meet next time. Bye bye.